Good morning, Northern California. I'm Monica Coleman. Thanks for joining us. Happy Christmas Eve. I'm also here with meteorologist Rob Carmark. Rob, it's going to be warm today. Your time is 9:03. Here's a look at your top stories this morning. The family of Serrano Stingley has promised to fight for justice relating to his death last week while in custody of the Sacramento Sheriff's Office. Meanwhile, outgoing CHP Commissioner Amanda Ray spoke with ABC 10's Chris Thomas, reflecting on her time in the position. A jury of 7 women and 5 men have decided rapper Tory Lanez fate in the Megan Thee Stallion shooting case. Besides COVID-19 and the flu, families gathering for the holidays have another big health concern to keep in mind. The CDC is warning about a rare but severe infection known as invasive group strep A. Sadly, 2 children in Colorado have already died from it. Good news is there are no official nationwide shortages of medication, but there are reports of empty shelves in some places. That is why we see the Biden administration unlocking that stockpile. Meanwhile, the mask mandate is back for students in the Sacramento City Unified School District. More than 205 million Americans feeling the wrath of winter as rain, snow, and frigid temperatures sweep across the country. The not-so-jolly weather putting a damper on travel plans this Christmas Eve. It's no joke. Egg prices are record highs, rising more this year than any other supermarket item so far. One research firm says the price of a dozen eggs has risen more than 30% since January compared to the year before. The increase fueled by a nationwide outbreak of bird flu, killing tens of millions of chickens and turkeys this year. New research shows the cost of doing business in California is too high and some businesses are leaving. That is the main takeaway from a new survey from Claremont McKenna College. They have been tracking the migration of business for decades. ABC 10's Morgan Reiner has a closer look. Businesses leaving means people leaving. The U.S. Census data came out with its population report just Thursday. It found California had the largest drop in population compared to other states like Texas. Miller says they are not going too far. 64% are going to cities in Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and Oregon. Getting and giving gifts is a big part of the holiday season, but for many, sometimes you just hate that gift that you got. In fact, you're not alone. 20% of merchandise sold during the holiday season is expected to be returned. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has some advice about the best way to handle those returns. Coming up on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News, it's been a roller coaster of a week for the Sacramento Kings. We'll tell you why in the sports report coming up after the break. There were some big performances in the NBA on Friday night. However, it was a rough night for the Sacramento Kings. ABC 10's Kevin John is standing by with a recap of all that action. More to come on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News. It's Christmas Eve, and one of the best gifts you can give is the gift of time. How you can give back to your community this weekend. That's coming up next. All right, let's look at more of today's top stories. Police say a possible serial rapist was arrested in Sacramento. CHP says the man accused of killing Ayuba Sutter, CHP commander's estranged husband, has been extradited to Kentucky. If you would like to give the gift of your time this Christmas weekend, there are several organizations that want to see you. From serving meals to delivering toys, these groups could always use a helping hand. ABC 10's Laura Painter caught up with the Salvation Army that's ringing bells to spread Christmas cheer in many ways. More than 200 volunteers gathered at the Modesto Gospel Mission for a Christmas lunch and gift giveaway. 'Tis the season for giving back. This holiday season, the Sacramento Kings aren't just giving back on the court with their dynamic plays lately, but they're also giving back off the court. Check this out. Cold weather is settling in across the country and we're all doing our best to stay warm. But are your DIY tricks really getting the job done? Brandon Lewis from our National Verified team looks into how to stay warm without breaking the bank. It's one of the most talked about Oscar contenders of the year. Although controversial, Babylon is now in theaters, and Marcus Allen says its epic scenes on the big screen is what to watch. Before we go this morning, here's a recap of some of the top stories we've been following this morning. All right, check this out. A little girl from Southern California is reunited with a special friend stolen while on a trip to San Francisco. Reporter Dion Lim has the story.